Here we go then. It's the final quarter-final of the World Cup over in Qatar for 2022. Either England or France in 3 hours' time will know that they will be either facing Morocco in the semi-finals or getting a flight home. Welcome back to West. I'm unofficial. Hope you are all well. We join you for a live build-up show. I'm back up in the studio, very much looking forward to this one. We're going to go through the lineups and talk about the game in the next 20 minutes or so. But I'm joined by Ollie. Ollie, how are you?
I'm very good, Jake. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. A little bit nervous. I'm a little bit surprised from the lineup we've seen as well. So without further ado, let's get into that then. I did not load it up, typical, but I do have it. And the lineup is for England, unchanged. Pickford, Walker, Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Henderson, Rice, Bellingham, Saka, Kane and Foden. So the big news, which has surprised me, is he's stuck with a back four. He's put faith in Kyle Walker to sort of maintain Kylian Mbappe down that side. He's gone for a back four. What do you make of it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's key, isn't it? It's keeping Mbappe quiet. You know, Kyle Walker does contain a lot of pace. He's quick. He's a very good defender. So that's a no-brainer for me, really, putting Kyle Walker in there.
Yeah.
Right, that's a no-brainer. I think Henderson had a really good tournament. And Henderson's a very, very good presser. So I think Henderson will help Kyle Walker a lot, you know, getting back his feet as well as all the other great players they've got, and also helping him push forward. And they've got that extra bit of comfort with Rice just sat, you know, in the middle, controlling it, giving that little bit of stability. So yeah, good lineup for England. Good choice, I think. And come on, England! Come on!
Yeah, I think what might surprise people as well is he's gone with the same attitude as he went into the games like the USA, Wales, and Iran to a game like France in the quarterfinals. He's gone out, he's done what everybody pretty much asked to do. He started Saka, he started Foden, he started Bellingham. We've gone quite attacking. Yes, I know we've got a three-man midfield, but as far as I'm aware, it's worked so far in this competition. Yes, at times haven't been great, but then we have been good in other areas, and you can't fault Jordan Henderson for what he's done when he's come into this side. He's been brilliant. He's been that sort of big engine in midfield. He's kept us going and pressing and keeping the intensity up, and then you've got Bellingham sort of giving the attacking side of things as well, causing the defence big problems and big problems, right? And then you've got Rice there sitting, not really letting so far the opposition get anywhere near Maguire and Stones and protecting that back four, which is exactly what Southgate is telling him to do. And I'd expect more of the same. So obviously a bigger test for all of these players. They'll need to step up if we have any chance of going through to the next round, Ollie.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, why change a winning team? You know, I think England are playing really, really well at the moment. I think Henderson's been absolutely fantastic. They've all been fantastic, really. But Henderson especially has had a really good tournament.
Yeah.
Bellingham just looks so comfortable in midfield, you know, especially with that protection from Rice behind him. He's been brilliant. So yeah, there's no point changing a winning team. They're all playing really, really well together. And, you know, I betted England would get to the quarterfinals, and I really, really hope they do prove me wrong tonight. They go at least one. Well, I hope they go on and win the whole thing. But even if they can just prove it one better and beat the French, it would set up a brilliant night. It really, really would. It would be fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and I think it's going to be, as I said, a big test. Excuse me, for these players tonight, because this is our first big test in the competition. Obviously in the Euros we did face some tests on the way to the final. We beat a Germany side, and at Wembley we sort of made it into a fortress, and we need to try and do the same thing. And you know, they are a very good side, there's no doubt, and that they're World Cup winners, they're World Cup champions currently, and there's no denying that. And in the last 2 days, this World Cup has widened up massively. you look at the teams that have even just gone out in the last couple of hours or so. Portugal are now out. Morocco, they're a very, very good side, but you'd feel more comfortable with a Morocco side there. Although they've got that sort of again underdog sort of element to them. Portugal are out. Brazil are out, who are many people tipped to win the whole thing. Argentina are still there, I get that, but Argentina haven't ripped up that many trees so far in this competition. They scraped past on penalties last night. They lost to Saudi Arabia earlier on in the competition. Argentina haven't been all that great. This World Cup is wide open. I'm going to say this now: if we beat France, I think we'll win it, Ollie.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I think if England are going to win the World Cup, I think this is going to be probably their best opportunity.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're playing a great French team, but at some point you're going to have to play an amazing team. At some point, in any World Cup, you're going to have to play. And tonight it could be the night for us. Morocco. You would fancy us against Morocco in the semi-finals rather than Portugal or Brazil or any other team like that. But I still said Argentina. Yeah, I mean Argentina haven't ripped up, but they've shown glimpses, haven't they? Messi's been brilliant. In glimpses. He's had glimpses. So I still think Argentina are in for a shout, but if England are going to win it, it's got to be this year now. It's got to be. But not easy game tonight, of course.
I think you're right with the aspect of it's wide open, and if we're going to win it, then I think this is the best opportunity. Let's see who we've got in the chat. Firstly, James, hope you are well, sir. Get your predictions into the chat and any other thoughts on the game. We'll get onto the France lineup and some more about the game in just a second. Gary, hope you well. Evening, I've been surprised by Henderson. He's done okay. He has, and I think he's warranted another start, definitely, for sure. James, it's a few months ago, I recall people saying that it was only Paqueta we had to worry about coming back from the World Cup late. We'll be watching in my claret and blue fairs. I tell you what, they've now gone out. Paqueta's now going back to what you presume is sort of the West Ham setup. Obviously, we're out in Italy at the moment, but yeah, I don't think any of us are complaining with our West Ham and our England hats on that Brazil have gone out in terms of Paqueta and in terms of England's chances, and that was a massive shock and fair play to Croatian. I think definitely they're going to be again a team that you could put a good argument for to go all the way. Huge game needed by Rice again. He needs to do that job. He won't get the opportunity to maybe bomb forward like he has done in some of the other games in some opportunities. He probably will have to sit and won't go past that halfway line too many times, but that's what he's going to have to do tonight because he's got Walker and he's got Maguire and Stones behind him, which I still don't think that Southgate particularly trusts with his whole heart. But he's obviously trusted them to an extent to leave it with a back four and not go with three sort of centre halves in there. So there's obviously a plan, and that should include Walker and Saka trying to contain the main man Kylian Mbappe. Ollie.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've never rated Stones as a brilliant defender. I think he's good on his day, but he needs that. When he's playing at City, kind of needs that leader next to him, I find.
Yeah,
it is a working side. It's definitely worse. I think Rice has got to have. I think Rice is probably England's key man. I know, but you won't believe that. A lot of people think, "Oh, Mbappe, Kylian Walker," and I agree with you. Of course, that is a key battle. But they've also got a lot of other great players in their team. France, you can't just concentrate too much on one player. So defensively, I think Rice has got his cut workout tonight. I think he's got to have the game of his life. I really, really do. I'm super excited to see it, and I just can't wait. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to beat the French.
I love it. I love it. Gary says we can't just sit back. We will get done if we do that, and we need to believe. I think what we've got to cut out, and especially we had it in that Senegal game as well. In the first 35 minutes of that Senegal game, let's be honest, Ollie, we were not great at all. We were slow, laboured, and we didn't really do too much. We scored a goal, and the confidence went up. We can't afford to be sitting back and being pedestrian about it early on in this game, because they'll come out of the traps and they'll capitalise on a weak period for us, and that has so far been early on in the game before we've got that first goal to give us the confidence, and we need to have that confidence from minute 1 to minute 90 and maybe beyond tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that again, Jake. I personally think Southgate's got to come out the blocks and all firing tonight. I can't sit back like we did against Senegal. Yeah, it was a boring game to begin with. I think we started off right, and then it went boring. they brightened up, didn't they, in the last 10 minutes, this first half, and got the goal, and it helped. I think Senegal opened up a little bit more, but France ain't going to be like that. Exactly like you said, if you sit back and just wait, they've got so much quality, too much pressure will tell. We have to attack. We have to attack. We have to go for it, and Rice has just got to be superb in front of that defence tonight. He really has.
Yeah, if he puts a 9 or 10 out of 10 performance in tonight and sort of protects our back four, I think we are looking good. In terms of the France, then, let's have a look at their lineup: Lloris, Koundé, Varane, Upamecano, Hernandez, Tuchel, Rabiot, Dembele, Griezmann, Mbappe, and Giroud. And if you just focus on that sort of attack there, Dembele, Griezmann, Mbappe, and Giroud, it's not just Mbappe in there. They've got a lot of good players there. And we know that, but then we could counter that by saying we've got a lot of good players in there as well. It's gonna, if both teams are on form tonight, this is going to be one hell of a game. And just looking at that lineup, they've got some very good players.
Definitely, yeah. You could say it's a bit of a 50-50 toss of the coin type thing. It really, really could go that way. It does, it does worry me slightly. England's their centre partnership, Maguire, Stones, are not the greatest. I think on their day they're good. I just think that's why I think Rice has got to play out of his skin. I really, really do. They all have really, and Walker with a lot of them. But I think tonight Rice is definitely, yeah. And Henderson
I think as well offensively.
Boom.
Yeah. I think sort of offensively as well. At times, I thought that Saka on that right hand side was just getting not bullied out of it, but he was just getting nudged off of the ball a little bit too much down the right hand side against Senegal. When we get the ball, we might be a bit short of possession tonight. They might dominate possession, we might dominate possession. I don't know yet, but so far in this competition, we've dominated possession. Now, if that's not the case tonight, when we do get it, we need to be dangerous. And having Saka and Foden down those wings with Kane, who just needs to do his job, we need to be clinical when we get it, and we can't be bluffing chances this late on in this critical stage of the competition.
Exactly that. I'm still surprised they haven't bought. I thought Rashford might have been one change tonight. I really did.
I thought we would have started Rashford over Saka, to be honest with you.
I would. That's one thing I probably would have changed.
Yeah.
It does worry. Saka, yeah, he's been a little bit. He is a little bit weak.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, he does. He does work back and track back quite well. Keeps possession. Maybe that's what his thinking is. Keeping possession a bit more. And using Kane and Foden, who've got to be clinical tonight. They go missing chances. That could be it.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. Get your predictions into the chat as well as hitting that like button if you haven't already. Drop a like. As I said, subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you haven't already. Check out our lovely channel sponsors around West Ham Unofficial, Esther M. Carver and Son. You can check them out in the link in the description down below. Where is everybody watching the game tonight? And your predictions, put that into the chat. Gary says, I really want to see Rice score a goal. More money on his price tag, indeed. Mandy says, unchanged side, but the system will be slightly different for sure. Rice will play right midfield, and the offensive will be closer to the midfield. Do you think that might be the case, that we could see Rice drift out to the right hand side to support Walker there as well, and then maybe Henderson's dropping just that little bit deeper to play alongside him in that solid sort of midfield to sort of double pivot, so he can help out Walker, Rice there with the sort of Mbappe problem? Or can you see it being sort of the same sort of thing as we've seen in the last few games, where we've had Henderson pushed up a bit more pressing and just Rice as the one pivot sitting?
Yeah, I do. I think it will. I think Rice will pivot more and help. I think Henderson will. I think Henderson will be played slightly more forward. I don't think he'll be playing back as much as what he should, or what people think he will.
Yeah,
so he will, but I think he'll be more looking to press the strike. The defense and really get it. I do. I think Rice has got his work cut out tonight. He will get help, obviously, but not as much as what some people think.
Yeah.
He can do it. He's a great holding midfield there. Tactically, we just got to get it right. We really have.
Definitely. Gary's going to be watching it behind the sofa with our defence. Fair enough. Fair enough. Usual suspects as well. Usual suspect. I hope you are well. Other sort of dangers tonight then. So you look at that midfield. Tuchel is one of the brightest young midfielders in the world. They've got a relatively good defence there. Koundé and Varane from Meccano. There's some good players there. Rabiot dominated the midfield really well in their last game, I thought. And they've got sort of Griezmann and Giroud. You know, they've been on the block a long time. They know what they're doing. They've got some quality, experienced players all across the pitch there.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised they haven't played. They're not playing. I hope he's injured. Well, just for this bit anyway. Canate for Liverpool. Wow, he's a seriously good centre half.
So,
I think that's
so the bench. So the bench tonight for France is Pavard, Disasi, Guendouzi, Muani, Fofana, Vertout, Mandanda, Saliba, Coman, Areola, Kanate, Camavinga, and Thuram. So there's definitely some options off that bench, and Kanate is one of them. Areola, of course, West Ham man as well for all you West Ham fans out there. But yeah, Kanate on the bench tonight. Do you think that's a massive miss from a Liverpool perspective that he's not starting in that defence?
I think it's a massive miss for France. Yeah, I think Canate he's been absolutely solid for Liverpool in centre half. Really, really good. I think that's good news for England that he's not playing. Really good news. I rate they've got Menko and all that, but I don't think they're as strong as Canate.
No. Do you think that defense may be a little bit weaker tonight? You know, Varane's a good player, but he can be a little bit iffy. Up on Meccano as well. Do you think that's definitely their weaker option, especially with Tuchel in midfield and the attack that we know is dominant? Do you think that's their sort of weakest element?
I do, yeah, I do. Personally, if I was manager, I would be exploiting that area for sure.
Yeah,
would firing balls into the box all the time. Kane will get on the end of one, I swear. And Foden, yeah.
Cheers. Let's hope so. Indeed, keep your comments coming into the chat. We are less than 45 minutes away from kickoff over in Qatar. Usual suspect says, "I'm good. The pubs where I live have made it all ticket only tonight. That's a shame." Yeah. To be fair, I quite like watching it at home anyway. To be honest, yeah. I quite like watching it at home. That's what we will be doing for sure. Right then, so key players for both sides tonight. Now, I don't want you to mention Kylian Mbappe. I want you to pick another name, Ollie, for France. A key man for France and a key man for England tonight, and explain why, mate.
Okay, I think Griezmann for France.
Yeah.
I think we will be concentrating on Mbappe a lot, and I think that's going to free up their other forwards. And, you know, Griezmann is also one of the best as well, isn't he, in the business? So I think France will be looking at him for a key player. And I think Rice is key for England tonight. People would say, I can understand, I wouldn't argue with anybody, but I think Rice is key for England tonight. He's got to defend well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. I think if he's a little bit off where he has been in a game or two so far in this competition, we just can't afford to do that, and he's got to put in a 9 or a 10 out of 10 performance just to protect that back four. Otherwise, and as well, we need to sort of turf out tonight those little errors that Maguire and Stones were doing in the last couple of games. Kicking it straight back to them, and just those little minor errors where we weren't punished in other games. Chances are we'll get punished tonight, so we just can't be affording to do that for sure. Do you think, just in terms of the whole Mbappe thing, do you think, how do you think Southgate will be going about it? Do you think in the last few days the team talking of tactics like, right, we've got to shut him down, or do you think they're just going into it like another normal game with some very good players and not really talking about him too much? Do you think for the players it's better to be mentally prepared and all Mbappe, or just take it as it is? How do you think Southgate and the team will sort of approach it in team talks, and how do you think that'll affect it on the pitch?
Personally, I think he would have a plan. He would have a plan for Mbappe, a specific plan, and probably a plan for the other play. But generally, I think he would just say, just play your natural game. Go out and try not to worry too much, because if you concentrate too much on one thing, you can easily get caught out by others. So, yeah, I don't think there'd be full concentration on him, but they will have a plan. They'll have a plan required. Yeah,
I think that's fair. I think that is fair indeed. Usual suspect says it's only £2 a ticket, or not too bad, but they can control how many are going in. Yeah, because otherwise it'll get in pubs it'll be rammed tonight, and especially near us, Ollie. I'm sure the sun will be rammed tonight. You'd think, but But who knows? Who knows?
Walk past it.
Right then, so let's get on to the final part of the show. That's your prediction. Put your predictions into the chat. I'm going to go first. I can see this going nearly the full distance. I do not want to predict penalties, so I'm not going to. And I'm going to go a 2-1 England win after extra time. For me, I think there's going to be goals from Harry Kane and Phil Foden. I think the inevitable Mbappe goal will come for France as well. It'll be 1-1 after 90 minutes, and then we'll win it in extra time. I can feel a Phil Foden goal to win it, and let's hope that fires us through to set up a tie with Morocco in the semi-finals. Ollie, your prediction, mate?
Well, you kind of took it out of my mouth, Jake. I thought exactly.
You've got to pick another one now, Ollie. We can't have the same prediction. That's not happening.
All right, I was going to say the same as you, but in that case, I'm going to say 2-1 England, 90 minutes.
No, there we go. I like that. I like that. Who's going to get the goals, mate?
Kane will score. I reckon Saka might get one.
Fair enough.
Prove me wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Mbappe will score.
Yeah, I think he will. Mandy's going 2-2 in 90 minutes. Who's going to win it then in the end? Mandy, who are you going for? James says, I'll be watching from the edge of my seat back to the good old West Ham days. Oh, West Ham, who were they? Usual suspect says, my heart says England. Unfortunately, my head is somewhere else. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1. Ollie's going 2-1 in 90 minutes. I'm going after extra time. James is going 3-2 to England as well. Right then, the final question is, mate, Southgate. You are now Gareth Southgate. Fast forward, half an hour, 10 minutes until kickoff. What are you saying to the boys before they go out there in a quarter-final of a World Cup?
So go out there, play your hearts out, and enjoy it. Go
That's
for it.
Main thing. Let's go out there, enjoy it, and don't come back into this dressing room without setting up a tie with Morocco in the next round. Alfie says Mbappe is scary. 1-0 France. Fair enough. I do hope you're wrong, and I'm sure you hope you're wrong. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that. Indeed. So there we go. We're going to leave it there. We'll see you on the full-time whistle, hopefully talking about an England win. But yeah, we'll catch you a little bit later on. Ollie, a huge thank you to you for coming on, and I'll speak to you a little bit later on. All
right, Jay. Enjoy the game, mate. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to West Ham Official. Come on, England. Let's go and win. And let's send us through to the next round. That's it from us. Come on, you Lions. And we'll see you soon. Come on, England.